Hey everyone, and thank you for watching. Today's video I'm so excited to do. I'm going to be talking about... Hey everyone, and thank you for watching. Today's video I'm so excited to do. I am going to be talking about the... Hey everyone, thank you for watching. In today's video I'm so excited to do, I am going to be talking about the top 5 skin-like foundations that I have in my collection. And spoiler alert, a lot of these are not new products. If you are someone that is out searching for the hottest thing right now, I'm here to tell you, you probably have some amazing products in your collection. Don't feel the pressure to spend the coin on the new stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, welcome. So I do start off with my outfit of the day. So today I just have on my Target jeans, my slippers with socks, and then I just have on this purple crop top. I don't really know where I got it. I've had it for a while. I did do a little bit of filming on this look, but the day that I'm filming this video is the start of Mercury retrograde, which means my ring light broke today, which means Instagram Reels kept crashing while I was trying to film my demos of what is on my face. It's not been the greatest of days, but it is what it is. But I did do a little bit of filming with the Ofra and Liora palette, which hopefully is going to be going up on my Instagram Reels, which is March Beauty Word. I do post a video over there every single day. I also tried to do an up-close demo of the NYX Thick It Stick It, but I did also use that in my last, should be my last, I don't really know when this video is going back, actually. It's my get ready with me, my life update, 1 year living in Vegas. Can you tell that Aries is a girl? She's so indecisive. What do you want to do? But I'm excited to make this video because I did this last year, and I had 6 products in the video that I did last year. This year I wanted to narrow it down to 5. But I love a good natural skin-like foundation. I'm really into light medium coverage. I like me a good skin tint, tinted moisturizer, CC cream, that sort of thing. And I love testing out complexion products. So I recently posted a video about ranking all of the last 10 foundations that I have tried. So if you want to check out that video, I will link it in the cards. For this one, I wanted to give you my top 5 skin-like foundations because it's my go-to preference. I do also like to say in my foundation videos, I have dry skin. I'm also 35. I do have more sensitive skin, and I'm a little bit more acne prone as well. Especially as we go into the warmer months, at least here in the US, which is where I am based, that's when I really start to go for my light coverage, my skin tints, and that sort of thing. But like I said in the intro, I feel like a lot of what's coming out and what was in my last ranking video was a lot of the newer products. And spoiler alert, they were at the bottom. I feel more impressed with some of these products that have been out for a while now. So that's what I want to go through today. So I'm going to start off with an affordable one. I am more of a high-end girl, but I still, like, if there's bomb drugstore products, like, I want the bomb drugstore products too, okay? Like this NYX Thick It Stick It, everyone was recommending it. I'm like, I'm gonna try it out, and I've really been enjoying it. But I have to say, this Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator continues to be an absolute favorite of mine. I purchased this one for myself last year when it came out, and I mean, it's just one of my best purchases. I wear it all of the time. Like I said, I link everything in my description box. What I'm talking about, the makeup I'm wearing, the clothes I'm wearing, jewelry, everything is always linked in my description box. I like to say that I use affiliate links, so if you purchase anything through those, you know, I thank you for supporting my channel. But there's times where you just see Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, next video, Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, video next week, Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I wear this one so much, and not just on camera. I'm wearing it the days that I'm not filming as well because it's bomb. So this one, it retails for $6.49 on the Ulta Beauty website. I believe that's where I got it from. It says it's a sheer to medium coverage, a semi-matte finish, naturally flawless, and with a nourished glow. It has hyaluronic acid and also the vegan squalene in here. It says a one-way ticket to quenched perfection. So I have this shade light medium. I feel like it's always so hard to find. Yes, I have the shade light medium, just comes in this plastic tube here. I like to apply this typically with a damp sponge. That's my preferred way for applying foundations. Sometimes with something that's super light coverage or really like a tinted moisturizer or tinted SPF, I'll just use my fingers. Like I recently reviewed the Say it's right in front of me, the Say Slip Tint, their tinted sunscreen. Like, I can just apply that with my fingers. But the Wet n Wild, you get really nice yet natural coverage with this one. But I think applying it with a damp sponge is beautiful. Or if I do want just a touch more of coverage, applying it with a foundation brush is going to still give you that really beautiful airbrushed skin-like finish. It's just going to give you a touch more coverage if that's what you're into. But this is gorgeous. It has such a nice wear time on it, especially for a drugstore product, which sometimes they're not quite as long wearing, but this one is going to stay on. I mean, I've worn it at pool days because it's so lightweight and it's so natural that I feel like I can still show up at the pool without like a full like beat of makeup on, but I can wear this and it's just, my skin looks good, it looks glowy. I have really dry skin, and this definitely gives me that really natural glow. Like, it's not too overboard, it's not too dewy. I still think if you had oily skin that you would like this one too, but again, I don't have oily skin, so don't base it off my claim. This is one of my absolute favorite foundations. I continue to love it. I will continue to recommend it. I think that it's fabulous. So that's definitely a favorite purchase of mine that I've. Next up, I have one from Urban Decay. Now, a lot of people compare the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator to the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. I've actually talked about this in the past when I was reviewing all of the skin tints that were coming out last year. These, I don't find that they are so similar to one another. I actually find the Milani to be more similar to the Urban Decay, and I really like this one from Milani. This is their Glow Hydrating Skin Tint, but if I had to narrow it down to 5, and I'm gonna kind of give like an honorable mention in this video too, if I had to narrow it down to 5, I'm really pleased with the 5 that I have here, but Milani is a good option. This will be my honorable mention drugstore. The Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint, I have the shade 210. This reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay. I like the Urban Decay more though, but if you're looking for something that's similar and you want a more affordable option, you could check out the one from Milani. But the one from Urban Decay, I have the shade 41. This retails for $29. So it says it's a long wearing foundation infused with kombucha, filtrate, and marula oil for 30% more hydrated skin, medium coverage, and a glowing finish. So again, this has a little bit more coverage than the Wet n Wild. The Wet n Wild really is kind of like that. I think it's a really nice light coverage. I don't think it's necessarily super sheer, and especially if you apply it with a brush, you can get a really nice light to medium coverage with that one. With the Urban Decay, I think it's a solid medium coverage, but it feels really lightweight and it looks so good. Again, on my dry skin, it gives me that glowy look, but without being too much. You know, I talked about the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin in my ranking all of the last 10 foundations that I've tried, and I really like that one, and I really like it on my skin, but even sometimes it can get a little bit too much, a little bit too radiant, and for having such dry skin, like sometimes that can still surprise me. But the Urban Decay is that beautiful, just very natural, healthy looking glow. Like, all of these foundations, I'm going to be saying your skin but better, and that's really, to me, what the Urban Decay looks like. It's beautiful, it's very long wearing, it's very comfortable. I've been recommending this to everybody. So many people here at the complex have bought this foundation because of me, and when we get in conversations, everyone has told me how much they love that one. Definitely recommend it. To jump into even more older products, like these are like my tried and true holy grails, the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. That's one of my tippy top foundations in general, skin-like, you know, more coverage, whatever it may be. This is just one of my all-time favorite products. So this retails for $40. It says a foundation for the face and body in a wide range of shades with a natural finish and medium buildable coverage that's waterproof and sweat resistant. This one, to me, it does say medium coverage. I really feel like this is light coverage. This was one of the first light coverage foundations that I was like, wait a second, I really like the way this looks on me, because do you remember for a time there, especially on YouTube, full coverage, like matte full coverage was in, and I, being someone who likes to follow the trends, not set them, I was like, oh, I must do this. Like my skin must look like this. I must get these full coverage matte foundations. And I was always like, I don't know if I like this on me. I also have had dry skin most of my life. For a while there, especially when I was on fertility medication, my skin was super oily and very acne prone. I mean, I had acne literally quite everywhere, all over my body. When I was on those medications, it was really tough. And then after that, I went back to dry skin. Then I moved to the desert. Now my skin is super, super dry once again. But I have just not been a fan of full coverage matte foundations because I feel like they're just too much on my dry skin. So this came out still around the time that the matte full coverage was like really all the rage. And when I tried this on, and it was light, like super light coverage, it's very, very liquidy, but I loved the way my skin looked. And this is a $40 foundation, and when I bought this a few years ago, it's still a lot of money for a foundation. At that time, it was a lot of money for me to purchase a $40 Dior foundation, and I was just crossing my fingers that it would work for me. And now I'm sitting here years later still telling you I love this one so much. 2.5N, so a great shade match for me. This was really the start of my love for Dior and Dior complexion products. I now go on to buy quite a bit from Dior. I've bought other foundations from them, concealers, obviously the Dior powder no powder. Still, if you Google my name, that's one of the top things besides divorce that comes up when you Google Samantha March, is the Dior powder no powder, because I love that one so much. But the face and body, if you just want something that's lightweight, that is so skin-like. Once again, when I say your skin but better, this is the one to me, out of everything that I'm going to talk about, this is the one to me that embodies that the absolute most. It's going to feel so lightweight. It's going to give you just the lightest amount of coverage, but just change your skin to just look a little bit like you got a filter on. And then if you slap the powder no powder on top, you are going to look like you put a filter on your face, and your friends are going to be like, I don't understand, how does your skin look like that? You're going to say, Samantha March made me buy it. That's what you're gonna say. Also, the Pat McGrath Sublime Foundation. We went through a moment here on YouTube where I know that I was making people sick of me of how much I talked about the Pat McGrath Sublime Foundation, and I would wear it, and I would wear it, and I would wear it, and be in my description box every single day wearing the Pat McGrath Sublime Foundation. This is such a nice one, and I feel like this one has a lot of hit or miss reviews on it, but I absolutely loved it. This one retails for $68. This is very expensive, you know, more money than the Dior. This one says it's a long-wearing, customizable foundation that builds from sheer to medium coverage in a wide range of universal hues that manifests the ultimate sublime skin standard. So medium coverage, natural finish. I don't know if I haven't read that description in a while, and I really like enjoy that it says manifest the ultimate sublime skin standard. Like, who wrote that? Love that. This is one of those that I was like, this is so expensive, and then the first time I tried it, I was like, this is so beautiful. So it's one where if I want more of that light coverage, I'll use a damp sponge to apply it, and it blends out so smoothly. If I want a little bit more coverage, honestly, I just layer it or use a brush, and it's going to give me more coverage. Of everything that I'm mentioning today, this is going to be the most flexible foundation. So if you want just more options, you're gonna really be able to get that with the Pat McGrath, and that was really interesting to me to try a foundation like this. It came out a few years ago, and at that time, I felt like I'd never really tried a foundation that it was like, you can really go from this amount of coverage to this amount of coverage. You're not gonna get full coverage, and I also like that about the Pat McGrath, because even if I use too much or if I keep building it up, really medium coverage is about the most that I'm going to get. But I've tried this with my dry skin, and I also use this with oily skin, and I liked it both ways. I have heard some people with really oily skin that did not like it, but for me personally, I've tried it in both of those instances, and I still really liked it. I also thought this is so long wearing. I remember one of the first times I reviewed this, I said that I was in a hot tub for a while, and I thought my makeup was gonna be totally melted off of my face, and when I got back to the hotel room and looked, I was like, my foundation held up through the hot tub. Like, I didn't go underwater, but still, like the steam, the hot water, I was like, this is gonna melt all over my face. This has excellent staying power as well. So again, through the summer months, you know, sweat proof, all of that, this is gonna stick around, and it's just, gonna be your skin but better. And then finally, this is the newest product that I am including, and it's also what I am wearing today. This is from Nars, and this is their Light Reflecting Foundation. So this released just a few months ago. This one retails for $49. It's an advanced makeup skincare hybrid foundation with a natural finish that quickly blurs and smooths while visibly improving skin's clarity over time. So medium coverage, natural finish, a lot of what I am speaking about today. But this is one that really impressed me. I have the shade, oh, I don't think I said the shade in the Pat McGrath McGrath. This is light medium 11 or 10. I can wear 10 or 11. I have both shades in the Pat McGrath. From Nars, I wear the shade Santa Fe, and I feel like it's a pretty good shade match for me. Like I said, it is what I am wearing today. And this was one of those when I did the beauty battle between the Charlotte Tilbury and the Nars, because these released right around the same time. They have very similar claims to them, the skincare infused, medium coverage, natural finish, that sort of thing. In the beauty battle, I gave it up to the Nars, and I ranked this quite highly in my ranking the last 10 foundations video as well. This was one of those that I was like, it's really your skin but better. Like, that was the only way that I could think of to describe the Nars one. I think gives you more of that light to medium. You can use a damp sponge to get that little bit lighter coverage if that's what you're going for, or if you want more, you know, you could get the medium coverage, or you could use a brush. And it's also just gonna be so natural. I mean, we've come to the end of the video. There's only 5 foundations, but they're all so similar. It's like, now I just feel like I'm saying the same thing. So this one is very beautiful. It's one that I enjoy wearing because it feels light. I never feel like it cakes up too much on my skin, and it's also very long wearing, which to me is a big deal, especially sometimes now living in Las Vegas, I can go out for a little bit later at night. But if I'm still filming during the day, you know, I'm getting ready early, but then not going out till a little bit later. I want to make sure that my foundation is staying all night long. It's not starting to do weird things or rubbing off in certain areas on my face. And the Nars is a good one that's going to be nice and long wearing. I said that I had an honorable mention, so I just wanted to sneak that in here. Oh, where to go? That is the color correctors from Sigma Beauty. So I mentioned these in my ranking foundations also, and I kind of snuck it in there because I was like, it's a color corrector, but I use it as not only a concealer, but I also use this as a foundation, and I think that it's beautiful. These are duos, so you have a little bit of a darker shade and a little bit of a lighter shade, and this is really wonderful for those no makeup days. I'll put the darker shade in a few spots around my face and blend it out, the concealer on my under eyes, and if I want to brighten the center of my face, and then I'll just add some powder, either the Dior, the Charlotte Tilbury, new e.l.f. Camo powder I've been testing out, and that's a really nice one. It gives such wonderful coverage. Like I said, I deal with acne, so I have some acne scars that I like to cover. This covers beautifully. It really brightens the under eyes and just makes them look so much more awake and so much better if I haven't slept really well at night. And again, if you are into the no makeup look and you're like, okay, you know, maybe some of these I can get that light coverage with, but like, what if I want a real, like, true no makeup day? I would say the Sigma color correctors are going to be the way to go. I think they're a great product. I don't have a lot of color correctors, so it's hard for me to decide like where to put them at in my videos. But I wanted to give this, along with Milani, a little bit of an honorable mention, so you have a lot of choices to choose from, and I hope that you found this one helpful. I am an affiliate with Sigma. My code is Samantha if you want to check out the color correctors, or they have, you know, some new releases coming up as well with their single bronzers and blushes and highlights. I just filmed my Will I Buy It for the week, and I was talking about those, so I'm excited about that. But like I said, I will have everything linked in my description box, and I would love to know, what are your favorite skin-like foundations right now? Is there any more that you think I should be trying? And again, don't feel the pressure to buy all the new stuff, because I feel like some of these older products that you might have in your collection still, they are fire and they're gonna work just great for you through the summer of 2022. That is it for today's video though. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please make sure to give this one a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video.